My mom and dad were kind of divergent in a way because my mom was from the city of Baltimore and grew up in the city, and my dad was a Suquamish Indian and grew up on the beach, out here in a very rural area.
My mom instilled in us to be out there, not to be shut off from anyone. Go out in your community, you be part of it. And so all of us were brought to that realization very early in our lives. Everyone has importance, and that we should never ridicule anyone, never tease anyone. I think that has a lot to do with Leonard the way he is today.
My older brothers and then my oldest sister, who were very active in the civil rights movement and also in the Indian sovereignty movement, and were active in leading the tribe as well. Both two of my brothers were on council. My dad was the chairman for a while as well. And my sister was very engaged in Indian education, worked with a lot of the tribes and advocated for them, for the tribal students in the local school, in the public schools. There was a lot of racism. That was what I all just kind of watched and learned from.
The Odegaard Award is the highest recognition for diversity, equity, inclusion, and belonging on our campus. Nominations and selections for this award are a very high bar to meet. Some past awardees include community organizers, artists, legislators, judges, and individuals whose work spans generations. The common thread has been their commitment to making their environments more welcoming, accessible, and equitable for all.
When I came back to the University of Washington, I got a part-time job here at the tribe, and I was helping to catalog historic photographs. So at that time, we were trying to build a museum. We had established archives, but we wanted a museum. We were partnering with the Burke Museum on developing a tribal museum, and they were working with us. They were working with Makah. They were working with Yakima on helping us get museums established. So that's when I migrated to anthropology. That was a place where I started to work with some of the Burke All-Stars. All those people were like in this energetic place of us restoring our culture through museum preservation. And so in 1983, we ended up opening our museum. That was the opportunity I had to work in both here, establishing our place, and then also learning and helping the Burke as well with the intertribal outreach. And I've continued to do that ever since. And one of the things that kind of circles back to us establishing our government, promoting our sovereignty and exercising our sovereignty, was public education.
And he is the first Indigenous regent that we've had in the 150-year history of the University of Washington. With Leonard, it's everything. He's a colleague that co-learns. He's a colleague that's a humanist. He's a colleague that, because he's a pioneer, recognizes his interesting role of being the first and what he represents to so many people, including myself.
We had a fishing issue that really was not a super tribal treaty issue, but it was between us and Suquamish. And so we sat down chair to chair as well as team and talked about how we were going to resolve it. He does his homework and he's looking for solutions. And that's what I really appreciated. Because we had differences of where we thought it could go, should go, he was always looking for the solution that everybody could get their arms around. That's what makes Leonard Forsman.
But one of the proudest times is when they got Old Man House Park back. That was one of his proudest moments. I know he had some to do with it, definitely not all. I think Benny Armstrong was very involved and several other people, not tribal members, but some of the Suquamish community just formed this group called Suquamish Olala Group, and they worked with the parks, worked with the tribes, worked with everybody, and they got that piece of land back that meant so much to the tribe.
Coming home and seeing his family and spending time with us is like my huge thing that I love. But I love that he's done so much for many tribes around Washington and Oregon, and he's just really truly cares about the people and the environment.
Leonard has influenced the waterfront in that we think of it as being the settlers, the gold rush, but Leonard has helped that board reframe it. So let's name places that were very important to the indigenous people in which we're sharing the land.
He has the ability of asking us to dig deep, to really work hard for the common goal, and especially in Indian country, for the tribes, for whether it be treaty, whether it be for our sovereignty, whether it be for help and educate different government departments on their relationship with Native Americans. Leonard's on the forefront of that, and receiving the Charles Odegaard Award really accents the work that he's done, the excellent work that he has done, and he will be a model for many, many young Native Americans as they look forward into the future of what do they want to be, where do they want to go. He will be that shining light for them.
I look up to you always, and I thank you for my life, honestly. Thank you for making me do the homework. Thank you for sitting me down.
But in all seriousness, you certainly deserve this, and many more accolades are to come in your life.
I love you, brother. Thank you for saving my life. Thank you for saving so many of our lives here on the reservation, because we love you so much.
Well, Leonard, thank you for all you've done for Native country, and thank you for all you've done for your family, not just me and our girls, but for me and your brothers and my sisters and brothers. And if anybody deserves this award, it would be you. And I love you very much, dear.
And to Leonard, congratulations, well done. In our language, Osiam Haiska Tiguitsit. Thank you, thank you, thank you.